Hi everybody, this is a background that I made and I'm going to do some pouring on it. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I made it so it's a little bit spattered. And coming up here is my first pour. I do quite a bit to this, so I'm going to speed all the way through it as much as I can because I think I have 3 hours worth of video here that I'm going to chop right down and get down to under 30 minutes, I hope. So enjoy. I'm going to speed through, and thanks for watching. I guess I didn't record the second pour that I did on here. So everything was dry, and then that lower pour I did on its own, and then I let that dry, and I started painting some trees at the top, and then those are just the underpainting of the trees, so they're just the dark sort of figures of the tree for now. I whiten them up a little bit later and sort of make them a little bit faded out a bit. So here I'm trying to decide whether I want to put a little bit of land in the middle there or what I'm going to do. So just deciding, and I'll let you keep watching. So here you see what I'm working on now. I'm starting to put some icy, long icicle sort of dripped frozen ice down into that section there that I'm working on right now. I'm going to speed through this because it took me forever to decide on colors, and I put colors down and I didn't like it, so I took it out so many times over and over. So I will fast forward through all of this and get to the next stage of the painting. here I am just shaping in where I want my trees in this painting. I'm just doing the underpainting, so giving it some darkness in the background, knowing that I'm going to be adding other blues and whites on top of this later, and deciding at this time, do I want more trees? Do I want just one big huge one? Do I want another big one? So I kind of make my decisions along the way of what I feel like it's looking like. So I'll zip through this a little faster again and get through some of this stuff. Those trees had started drying and they were pretty dry, so I added fluid paint into my little squeeze bottle, and I added it to that big center tree there, well, off center, and some copper as well. So at this point, letting it dry again, and we'll work on everything again once it's all dry. Okay, back to the squeeze bottle. I just have white in that bottle, fluid white, but it's a little thicker. And I am now going over every bit of the tree with now white snowy branches. So I will take that all the way down, and I'll fast forward through some of this as well. I took the white on the tree all the way to the bottom of the canvas, and then after I was thinking about it and thought, oh, I shouldn't have done that because um, I didn't intend the tree to be all the way to the bottom. Wasn't really thinking. So I was going to be covering up that bottom section anyway, but it just makes it a little more difficult now because it's got texture. So anything going over it is going to still pick up that texture. So had to get inventive later on and find some other ways to make this tree a little more shapely and um, take out that wide bottom. So I will let you keep watching. Here I have some very fine, actually this is embossing powder, but sometimes I use it as glitter. And I'm not a big glitter person in a painting of this type, um, but I wanted it to have a little bit of sparkle to it, or so I'm just adding just a tiny bit in various little spots, and most of it will get covered up. It's just so if a light hits it, it's going to pick up a little bit of a sparkle. So that's all I'm doing here. So I had added a little bit more color there, and the next day it's dry. So I am just sponging on a little bit of white paint here and there. The sponge also leaves a little bit of extra texture, so it gives it um, a little more texture on the trees here and there. So at this point, that's all I'm doing is working on the trees here. And here I put the water bottle right in the way again, but I just thought I would show this part since I'm just dabbing in on that upper corner there on those trees now, just adding a little bit of snowy look to them and bringing that snow a little bit more downwards there into the hill. So I'll fast forward through some of this again. Up top there, I just wanted to have sort of the illusion of the moon being in the background. I work here a lot on further colors out in the sky area. So I'll fast forward through some of that again. What I do there is I spray some water onto the wet paint and then I dab it out. I always like the effect that that does. So you can see throughout the sky there how that spattered look sort of happens when you spray water, and I really like it. So uh, onwards with the video here, and I'll speed through some of this. Here is the next day that everything is dry. I was working on it earlier there in the previous shots and it was dry. The white trees. And so now I'm just thinking I'm going to add crackle paste to the bottom. So that is my crackle gel. I just lay it on in sort of big thick slabs and I go up the right side a little bit of as well, a little bit with a little bit of it as well, and kind of just make sure it's on evenly, and it's got a little bit of that yellowy color to it, so you can see where you're putting it. And it dries, depending on how thick you put it on, it dries either in little tiny little crinkly things, or you'll get great big blocks, almost like a mosaic look. So that's all I'm doing now is spreading it on to where I want it, and then I have to leave it and let it sit for a few days. Alrighty, so here I am. I'm going to be finishing this painting now. The crackle paste is really dry. It's a little bit on the, almost like foam, because I put it on so thick. It'll keep drying though. I have a few different colors in my little tray there. I have iridescent bronze, I have pearl, and I have interference blue. I wasn't sure what colors I wanted to do, but when I started putting the pearl on, it looked really nice. So that is a alcohol ink blending tool that I have that I use for my alcohol inks. So it's really super soft, so I really like to use it and blending. So it's nice to be able to use something soft on that crackle paste because it's so delicate. So I'm scrubbing in some copper now and seeing what it's like. And I know that when I'm putting the copper on, I can always go back over it and lighten it up if I want to. So I wanted to just see, because I wanted to give that sort of earthy feeling to the bottom of the painting as well. And I do like it, just not too dark. So I tend to push some in, and then I put some more pearl and a little bit of the interference blue also everywhere. So yeah, you can see the shine from the pearl and the interference blue, and I go around the painting and I add it here and there. I do have some crackle paste up in the tops there, so not the trees, the icicle area right there is a little bit. So I've done all I'm going to do to the crackle paste, and now for the rest of the paint or the video, I'm just working on all the little details. I work on the sky quite a bit more here because I accidentally put in some of the, I must have had it on my hand or something. I put some of the pearl on there, and that stuff, once you get it on something, you can't get it off, so I had to go over it. But I really wanted to finish adding a little more depth and color to the sky anyway, so I'm trying to zip through as much as I can. I just tried to show you all the different areas that I continue to work on here. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you like it at the very end. Don't know how many more videos I'll be doing. I don't have a lot of subscribers, and people, I mean, I'm not really sure if anybody even likes the videos other than the few that are kind enough to give me a like. And it's very time consuming, so my purpose for doing this was because people asked for them. But if it's not going to seem like anyone really wants them, well, not anyone, for you kind people that are watching and giving me the nice comments, I really truly thank you and appreciate that. But it's very time consuming, and I work full time. I have many things I need to do, so working on my website being one of them. So I may do some more, but they'll be very short little videos. I don't see a lot of people doing videos that are as long as mine, and you know, all the embellishment parts to it. So I don't know, maybe people are just not interested in things like that. I'm not really sure, but that's what I like to do, and recording and editing is a lot of work. So thank you to those that have subscribed. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for watching the video and leaving me the comments that you leave. Um, I do appreciate it a great deal. So hope you like the end result here, and take care of yourselves and have a great day. Thanks again for watching.